Hello, dear little cute learners. How are you all? I hope you all are healthy and doing well. So, students, I'm your mathematics educator again here with a new chapter with a new concept. So, today we have chapter number 13, which is time. So, in this chapter, we are going to learn how we can see time. Let us recall. So, write the time shown by clock. So, in earlier classes, in class 2, we already learned how can we express this time. So, this is 9 o'clock when our hour hand at the 9 and minute hand at the 12. So this is 9 o'clock, this is 3 o'clock, this is 7 o'clock and this is 10 o'clock. So you can simply write your time in these blanks. Now dash is the first day of the week. So what is the first day of the week? So start your song Monday, Tuesday. So Monday is the first day of the week. Next, that comes between Tuesday and Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So what comes between Tuesday and Thursday? Wednesday. Well done. So students, in same way you can do the rest of the questions you have because we already learned about this concept. Now, show the following times on the clocks. So, now we have to mention 8 o'clock. So, minute hand should be at the 12 and hour hand should be at the 8. Next, 10 o'clock. So, minute hand should be at 12 and hour hand should be at 10. Next, you have to represent 7 and 5 o'clock in the clock. Now, I am a clock. Look at my dial. It is circular. It is marked with numerals 1 to 12 at equal distances. So, we already know that in our clock, we have counting from 1 to 12. Next, and in these numbers, they have equal distance as well. It has two hands, a longer hand and a shorter hand. The longer hand it's called the minute hand and the shorter hand it's called the hour hand. So this is our shorter hour hand and this is our bigger minute hand. Longer you can also say. The hour hand moves from one numeral to the next 1 hour. Thus the hour hand takes 12 hours to complete one round of the dial. So how many time is taken by your dials to complete 12 hours? Dials a complete round, 12 hours is taken. Now one day having 124 hours. So what is the relation between day and hours? How many hours we have in one day? 24 hours. The time taken by minute hand to move from one small division to next small division, it's called a minute. The minute hand moves through 60 small divisions in completing one round. So 60 minutes make 1 hour. Now, what is the relation between hour and minute? 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. And to move from one to complete one small division, how many times it's taken by 1 minute and it's 60. So it's taken by a minute total. Time in hours and minutes. We know how to read a time from a clock when the hour hand is at a number and the minute hand is at 12, 6, 3 or 9. For example, when the hour hand is at 4 and the minute hand is at 12. So what we called it, what is the time at that time? 4 o'clock. In this, we have time 8 o'clock when our hour hand at the 8 and minute hand at the 12. Half past. Half past means when the minute hand is at 6 and the hour hand is half of the between 3 and 4. So whenever our hour hand is between any two numbers and our minute hand is at the 6, it means that is half past of it. So now quarter past. When the minute hand is 3 is at 3 and the hour hand is between two consecutive numbers, any two consecutive numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 and 9, the time is quarter past A as shown in figure A. So you can see 8:15, it means quarter past 8. Okay, now read this time. What is the time now? The hour hand is between 2 and 3. Okay. So this is now our hand is between 2 and 3. The minute hand is at 2, which denotes 2 multiplied by 5, which is equal to 10 minutes. So the time is 2:10. We say that 10 minutes past 2. We can write it 10 minutes past 2. Now the hour hand is between 4 and 5. The minute hand is 4, at which denotes 4 multiplied by 5. 20 minutes, which shows 20. We say that 20 minutes past 4. Students, what you have to remember, these numbers 1 to 12, what denotes, you have to read the table of 5. 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. So this means you have to just continue counting. You can also skip your countings 5 by 5 and you can take your table of 5 to 20, 25. If you have your minute and hour and like this, so it means this is 2:10. Okay. 10 minutes past 2. You can also say this. In this, now we having our clock at 5 and 4 between the hour and 4 and 5 and minute and at the 8, which means 8 multiplied by 5, which is equal to 40. And always consider the smaller number when our hour hand is between two numbers. So which one is smaller among 4 and 5? 4 is smaller. It means 4 o'clock 40. So look at the clock face. So what is the time right now? It is 40 minutes past 4. Okay. Look at the clock face on the right. The hour hand it's between 5 and 6. The minute hand it's 8. So it means 5 and 6. Which one is smaller? 5. 8 is 40. So it is 5:40, or you can say 40 minutes past 5. Okay. When the minute hand is between 12 and 12 to 6, the time is read as past the hour. When the minute hand is between 6 to 12, the time is reset to the next hour. So when your minute hand is between 12 and 6. Okay. For example, 12 and 6. So it means past. What do you have to use? Past the hour. And if your minute hand is between 6 to 12. 6 to 12. So it means this is your to the next hour. Example 1. Write the time shown on each clock face in 3 or 4 ways. In the clock, the hour hand is between 5 and 6. So which one is smaller? 5 is smaller. The minute hand it's at 3. So minute hand it's 3. So 15. So 5, 15 is your timing. And how you represent it? Quarter past 5. 15 minutes past 5 and 5:15. So these three ways we can represent our timing. Now next we have hour and between 9 and 10 and minute hand at 6, which means 9:30, 30 minutes past 9 and half past 9, and you can also write it 30 minutes to 10. Okay, because in this section our minute hand is between 6 to 12. So when our minute hand it's between 6 to 12, so how we represent to the next hour? So how many hour is left to 10? 30 minutes to 10. Okay. Now you have to know your skill. You have to tell how much you learned till now and write their representation as shown below. Now you have your exercise 13A. Write the time shown in each clock face in two different ways. So we learned about three different ways how we represent our timings. So we have to use two ways to represent this time. So our minute hand is at 6. So 6 multiplied by 5, which is 30. And our end is between 3 and 4. So you have to take small one, which is 3. 3:30 is your timing. And you can also say 30 minutes past 3. Okay. Next, you have your hour hand between 10 and 11. So you take 10 only. And your minute hand at the 3. 5 multiplied by 3. 15, which means 10, 15. And how you, sorry, 11, 15. 11, 15. And how can you represent it? You can represent it quarter past 11. Okay. So in same way as I do, you can represent the rest of the timings in your clocks. Write the time using AM or PM to show your daily routine. My school starts at, so you going to your school at in morning. So you're going to your school in morning, so you have to represent this timing. So midnight 12 to afternoon, before afternoon 12, afternoon 12, you always represented your timing in AM only. And after afternoon 12, you always represented your timing in PM only. Okay, so you have to keep this in your mind. So this is your timing before your afternoon. So how you have to represent this? You have to represent this in AM. So this is 8 because your hour end at the 8 and minute end at the 12. So 8 o'clock AM. Next we have 11 and 6. So the hour hand is between 11 and 12. So what we have to take? The small one, which is 11. And now we have minute end at 6, which means 6 multiplied by 5. That is equal to 30. So your answer will be, the recess is at 11:30 a.m. because this is before the afternoon 12. Okay. This is your afternoon, which means afternoon 12. So it will be represented in the PM. So 2 o'clock because hour end at the 2 and minute end at the 12. So 2 PM. Okay. So in this way, you can represent your rest of the questions you have. Answer the following question. Which one is the longer hand? Minute hand or hour hand? Obviously, minute hand. Next, which of the two hands completes one round of the dial first? Obviously, minute hand. So you can write your answer. Okay. After this, you have to convert of units of time. So first of all, while we convert, we have to learn the relation between day and hour, which we already learned in our above section. One day having 24 hours. So how many hours are in 2 days? 2 multiplied by 24. How many days are there in 3 days? 3 multiplied by 24. How many days are in 4 days? 4 multiplied by 24. So this is your timings. You can simply convert your day. Now convert 3 days 6 hours into hours. So 3 days. So 3 multiplied by 24, that is equal to 72 hours, plus 6 hours plus 6 hours, that is equal to 78 hours. Next, to convert hours into minutes. So first of all, we have to understand about the relation between hours and minutes. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Okay. So 2 minutes is equal to 2 multiplied by 60. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 60, 120 minutes. 5 multiplied by 60, 300 minutes. 8 multiplied by 60, 480 minutes. To convert hours into minutes, we multiply the hours by 60. Now convert 5 hours 25 minutes into minutes. So 5 hours means 5 multiplied by 60, 300 minutes plus 25, 325 minutes. This is your next exercise. 5 days into hours. So 5 multiplied by 24. You can also like do this in a column way. 5 4s are 20, 0, 2 should be there. 5 multiplied by 2, 10 plus 2, 120. So 120 hours. So in same way, you can do the rest of the questions you have. Let's take one more example for this. 9 days is equal to 9 multiplied by 24 plus 35 hours. 36, 3, 18 plus 3, 21 plus 35, 11, 1, 4, 5 and 2. So 251 hours. Okay. Next we have convert the following into minutes. 6 hours multiplied by 60 is equal to 360 minutes. Next 5 hours 15 minutes. So 5 multiplied by 60 is 300 plus 15, that is equal to 315 minutes. Next we have sequence the events. If you want to know what time it's you look at a watch or clock. If you want to know the date, you look at a calendar. It tells you how long it will be until your birthday and what day it was when you enter class 3rd. Thousands of years ago, people had no need for clocks or calendar. Time was not so important then. When people required to measure time, they did by sun, moon, and seasons. A sun was 1 day or 24 hours. This was the time it took the sun to return to a particular place in the sky. If a man went a short journey, it might take 2 or 3 suns, meaning 2 or 3 days. A moon was the length of the time from one full moon to the next. The changes in the moon from round and bright to dark and then back to round and bright again takes almost a month. So when someone spoke like 6 full moons ago, that means it means 6 months ago. Now you can answer how many full moons ago were you born? So this is the difficult question. Write your answers here. So now you have to check how many years you are, and that will be converted into months. After converting into months, you can write it how many full moons ago you were born. You can record all important events on a timeline, age in years. Point A on the timeline is the date you were born. Now on the timeline, write down when you were born. So when were you born? So you have to mark it. For example, you born on 3. Now when you went to the school for the first time. So these are the things you can mention on this line timeline to remember. Now we have our calendar. So this is the pattern for the calendar we have in which we have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. So these are the weeks we have. Calendar is for 1 year. For how many years? Only 1 year, from January to December. This is our first month and this is our last month. Okay. It is divided in 12 months. How many months? 12 months. Each month is divided into weeks and week is divided into 7 days. A normal year has how many weeks? 52 weeks and 365 days. A leap year has 366 days. So we have a calendar for 1 year only in which we have 12 months. Months will be converted into week and week will be converted into days. And further, we learnt about how many total weeks we have in 1 year, 52, and how many total days we have in 1 year, that is 365. There is exceptional case when we have a leap year, so the days will be converted in 366 days. Now it's time for your worksheet where you have to write your answers which you do in your different exercises. After this, your chapter is ends here and then you have to perform your mathematics lab activity in your maths lab. So students, I hope so you like this chapter. You learned this chapter in a very good way, and now I'll meet you in your next class. So till that, bye bye. Have a good day.